It's Tuesday, May 10th, 2011. Marvel's Thor is storming the global box office. Katy Perry's E.T. is dominating the US Billboard charts. And Christina Perri is releasing her debut studio album, Love Strong. Amid all this cultural buzz, a major tech deal just went down. Microsoft has acquired Skype for a staggering $8.5 billion.
Software giant Microsoft has bought out Skype in a record multi-billion-dollar deal.
Skype has been bought up by the technology giant Microsoft for a hefty $8.5 billion. The service has attracted more than 600 million users around the world.
At the time, it felt like a match made in digital heaven. Skype was the reigning king of internet communication. Whether for international calls, long-distance relationships, or early business video meetings, Skype was the platform. It had even transcended into the realm of language. You didn't call someone, you Skyped them. Microsoft wanted in on that cultural relevance. It seemed like a strategic move to bring Skype's innovation into their own software ecosystem. But fast forward to 2025, and the landscape looks very different. Skype is no longer the household name it once was. It's been decisively eclipsed by Zoom, Google Meet, and even Microsoft's own Teams platform. Recent reports show Skype with less than 3% global market share in video conferencing. In the US and UK, Zoom maintains over 50%, while Microsoft Teams, thanks to its enterprise integrations, hovers around 30%. Google Meet remains a strong third player, especially in education and hybrid workspaces. And here's the brutal truth. Nobody Skypes anymore. The word has all but vanished from pop culture. Gen Z and Gen Alpha are far more likely to FaceTime, Discord, or Zoom. So what went wrong? Was it complacency, bad leadership, or did the competition simply move faster? To understand the fall of this once mighty platform, we have to trace its journey from breakout success to forgotten relic. This is the rise and fall of Skype. Skype's development began in 2002, and a year later, in 2003, the beta version of the software was released to the public by Niklas Zennström and Jonas Friis. The motivation behind this platform was the early success both founders experienced with the popular peer-to-peer file sharing tool called Kazaa. Some Kazaa code was included into early versions of Skype by Zennström and Friis. This allowed them to further improve their peer-to-peer architecture, which aided in providing a more dependable and high-quality audio and video communication experience. Skype immediately became popular due to its novel features and greater user experience when compared to the early rivals. Their innovation in voice-over internet protocol technology revolutionized internet communication and created new opportunities for worldwide collaboration. Skype allowed people to interact without relying on a central server. This enabled individuals all over the world to communicate in high-quality voice and video. That was the game-changer Skype needed to build a reputation for itself in the early 2000s. Unlike many of their competitors, Zennström and Friis kept things simple. Instead than bloating Skype with features, they concentrated on one thing: communication. This added to its allure as a simple video conferencing platform. If you wanted to make internet calls, you'd use Skype. Skype immediately became popular due to its ability to link people all over the world. Everyone enjoyed using the site, whether it was to catch up with friends or hold a conference with coworkers. It was also the ideal answer for companies searching for a low-cost means to connect with their employees and consumers. Skype had taken the world by storm by the early 2010s, and millions of users couldn't get enough of it. At its peak in 2013, it had 70 million concurrent users, all online at the same time. Skype, in fact, was the future, or so everyone assumed. So the million-dollar question on everyone's lips now is, what exactly happened? Skype was formerly a significant communication tool that revolutionized how people connected with one another online. It is widely regarded as a pioneer of internet communication, having been credited for revolutionizing voice-over internet protocol technology. But being the pioneer and the best doesn't necessarily make you invincible. The fall of Skype is explained by the following three reasons. Skype grew in popularity and was eventually purchased by eBay for $2.6 billion in 2005. While eBay brought a lot of cash to the table, it quickly became clear that the firm struggled to monetize Skype and did not completely integrate it into its offerings. eBay was also not entirely devoted to Skype's growth and expansion. Its concentration remained on e-commerce, and as a result, it did not provide Skype with the resources it required to grow. Skype's capacity to innovate and compete with other communication platforms was hampered as a result. To make matters worse, eBay acknowledged that they had overvalued Skype, escalating tensions between the founders and eBay's upper management. This resulted in Fries and Zenstrom quitting the company in early 2008, followed by eBay's decision to sell off Skype. Silver Lake Partners headed a group of investors who purchased the damaged Skype. The transaction aided the ailing platform's recovery and concentration on its core voice and video communication offerings. Microsoft came in with $8.5 billion in hand in 2011. Who in their right mind would reject a Microsoft offer? Probably no one. But as proven by the Skype case, it turns out that being acquired by a larger corporation doesn't automatically make things rosy. Microsoft enhanced its workplace communication capabilities by acquiring Skype, which led in the development of Skype for Business. And this may have been the sole positive outcome of the transaction. One of the issues with the acquisition was that Microsoft moved away from what made Skype unique, and that is Voice over Internet Protocol. Instead, in an attempt to outperform the competition, they incorporated capabilities that were inconsistent with Skype's role as a communication and collaboration tool. Microsoft compromised Skype's key capabilities and brand by bloating the product. As a result, consumers experienced performance concerns in addition to an increasingly confused user interface. In the tech world, there is always competition lurking and a pool of insatiable users ready to leap. The second you blunder, your competition steals your shine, and innovation-hungry fanatics cross carpets to the most innovative guy on the block. If you ask around, I'm sure the rise of Zoom would easily come off the top of the heads of most people as one of the main reasons why Skype has fallen off. Before we get into how Zoom killed Skype, let's take a brief journey down memory lane. Zoom was developed in 2011 by Eric Yuan, a former Cisco engineer, with the purpose of making video communication more user-friendly and efficient. Skype was already a popular tool at the time, but Zoom had a few tricks up its sleeve. While Microsoft battled to establish the best Skype approach, Zoom concentrated on enhancing its performance and security. Rather than adding new capabilities, Zoom went back to fundamentals, excelling at pure communication, which was something Skype used to be brilliant at. Zoom capitalized on Skype's vulnerabilities and positioned itself perfectly for market expansion by keeping the user interface simple and giving higher video and audio quality. Working remotely became the new normal when the world went into lockdown in 2020. Overnight, in-person meetings were supplanted with internet video chats, and we had to react quickly. Video conferencing became a vital tool for distant workers to successfully interact and collaborate online. You'd think that this would be the best chance for Skype to solidify its position, yet Zoom stole the lead. Skype had been losing users to its competitors. When Skype's popularity began to dwindle, Zoom was already well-positioned to capitalize on the surge in demand for video conferencing platforms. Skype's major competition was more user-friendly and dependable. Zoom concentrated on developing only features that aided video conferencing and collaboration, such as virtual backgrounds, screen sharing, and recording capabilities. Zoom was able to accurately fulfill the market requirement and establish itself as a superior alternative to Skype by prioritizing these areas of improvement. Microsoft discontinued Skype for Business in 2021. Instead of catering to commercial consumers, the company decided to concentrate on the personal version of the service. The goal was to inspire individuals to stay in touch with their loved ones regardless of where they were in the world. This messaging appeared to be effective. While Skype is no longer the powerhouse it once was, it has managed to stay afloat in a competitive market. Despite its legendary status in the history of internet communication, Skype is clearly dying slowly. Skype is struggling to stay relevant in the face of the development of new, more nimble competitors, including Microsoft's own Teams platform, and it shows. Skype was once a forerunner in the realm of video calls and online communication, redefining productivity by enabling efficient collaboration across long distances. However, it appears that the game has altered in 2025, and new players have emerged to grab the reins. But the tale of modern productivity and communication is more than just video calls. It's also about improved collaboration features and seamless integration. Skype was helpful in connecting individuals and increasing productivity. Even if it made a few mistakes along the way, it paved the door for other amazing tools that followed. So, can Skype be resurrected? It's difficult to say. However, with the rapid growth of technology and ever-increasing productivity expectations, it would need to adapt and provide more than just important functions. Only time will tell whether Skype can rise to the occasion and restore its throne in this rapidly changing digital landscape. And that wraps up our look on the rise and fall of Skype. If you enjoyed this video and would want to see stuffs like this or much more, definitely consider subscribing to this channel. If you want to see my last video on how a ruthless man made it to the top and now owns Europe's most valuable company, I will leave a link to that in the description section of this video. Thank you for watching this episode. Until the next one, see you around.